Yo, what's going on YouTube? This your boy Kamen Zero Spike back again once again. And today we're here for Kamen Gotchard episode 20. We are finally in the 20s, guys. We are finally in the 20s of Kamen Gotchard. And I don't know why it feels kind of long. I don't know why I kind of felt like it kind of was sluggish to get here. I don't know. I don't know, maybe that's just me. I've been feeling kind of drained lately, so maybe it's just me. But other than that, this episode was a dark one. This was a dark episode. We get the full, fleshing out of Spanner's past. Get the full fleshing out of his past. We see what happened to his parents. We see what happened to him mentally. We learn that he has this power inside of him called the Black Flames. And I'm like, oh man, they'd have turned my boy into a freaking Uchiha. Here we go. But in this episode, we basically see that Kyoto, I think I'm pronouncing it correctly. Kyoto ends up going to Ichinose's shop, and she ends up meeting with the kids, and she talks to them about how they can help her with Spanner's driver. But she said there are two problems. She said that she specifically made this driver for two separate Kimmies. It was an Oni Kimmy and Mad Wheel. So the thing about it is she has Oni, but Mad Wheel was taken by Minato. So they gotta find a way to get Mad Wheel back. And also she's hoping that Spanner does succumb to the darkness that's within him, and they talked about the Black Flames. So we see Spanner. He's kind of chilling, but he's training though. He's kind of pissed off that everybody's stronger than him right now. He's training himself up, and while he's training himself up, we see that Grion has created a new amalgam, the Angel amalgam. We see that Autotropes brings him an Angel Kimmy, and he ends up using it to create this Angel type amalgam, and he sends this amalgam off to go mess with Spanner, because Grion is after Spanner, but we'll find out later on in the episode why. So this amalgam has the ability to bring life and death, right? So he ends up bringing Spanner's parents back to life. And while Spanner is training, his parents actually come to see him, but they don't remember how they died, and they don't remember that they're dead. They don't remember the whole thing with Grion and things like that. So he ends up just chilling with his parents, man. He's so happy to see them. He's hanging out with them and stuff, having a good time. And he ends up texting Kyoto, and he tells her that, hey, my parents are alive. My parents are back. And she sees this, and she gets really, really scared, because she's like, this is obviously, everybody's like, why? What's wrong? Isn't that a good thing? And they're like, no. This is obviously Glion's plan to get to Spanner, because he's after him. His parents being alive is a terrible thing. So they end up rushing to find Spanner, and then Spanner ends up he's talking with his parents, and he ends up getting intercepted by the Angel Amalgam, and the Angel Amalgam tells him that, hey, because of the great task that Master Grion has put upon me, I have brought your parents back to life. They are back to life because of me. And he also took away their alchemy, so they couldn't fight back. His parents also were alchemists, but they couldn't fight back. And when they tried to fight back, their alchemy didn't work. So Spanner tries to fight him himself, but all he has is his sword. He cannot, since Mad Wheel was taken, he can't henshin. So he's fighting this thing, and he's getting this butt kicked. I mean, he's getting his face slammed into railings and stuff. I'm like, good God, his blood. Now, my boy's getting messed up. So he ends up getting beat up, and the amalgam starts attacking his parents, and he sees that while they're being attacked, they start dusting, they're basically some Thanos type stuff, with the dust starts to fall off their bodies, and he's beating them up and stuff like that. We see that Ichinose, and that's when Ichinose and Kudo get there on the scene, and they basically start fighting off the amalgam while Spanner gets his parents out of there. So while he's getting his parents out of there, while he's getting his parents, that's when Grion and Minato show up, and that's when they basically like torture Spanner by taking his parents and killing his parent, or like dusting his parents again. Grion kills his parents again in front of him and causes Spanner to have like a huge meltdown. They're holding Spanner down by these chains and stuff like that, and then Spanner, his body starts to glow in these black flames, and while these black flames are happening, Mad Wheel flies over and tries to help him. When he tries to help him, he ends up getting sucked inside of Spanner, and Spanner ends up transforming into amalgam version of his Valivard form, and yeah, he transforms into that. And when he runs over and tries to fight Grion and utterly gets his butt kicked, and then he starts to Grion talk some more ish, and then he leaves, and Minato's still standing there while he sees his students basically fighting each other. We see that Kudo and Ichinose are trying to stop Spanner from like going after Grion and stuff like that. Then he pushes them both off of him. Minato leaves, and then that's when Amalgam Spanner ends up running over to the Angel Amalgam and tries to defeat it, tries to kill it, and he ends up teleporting himself away, and that's when he ends up leaving Ichinose and Kudo. And that's when the other two, they go back to the shop and they tell Sabimaru and Renge what happened, and that's when Ichinose is like, no, I can't just sit back here and do nothing, like he's one of us, he's our friend. So Ichinose leaves to go find Spanner goes back to Kyoto, and he talks to Kyoto and tells her like, why did you erase my memories? Because when he was when he saw his parents and things like that, he started to get his memories back, because he didn't remember how his parents died. He just knew that they were dead. So he ends up going to Kyoto, and Kyoto basically tells him that Grion ended up using an forbidden alchemy. He killed your parents, and just when for him to not get his hands on you, I erased your memories, because you unleashed like this power. He unleashed like these black flames coming out of his body. He created like these big diamond spikes out of nowhere, and that's how Kyoto got that scar on her arm. One of the diamond spikes ended up cutting her, and that's how she got that scar. And we see how she erased his memories, but she raised him up, but he was still living with kind of PTSD. Like he was having these really bad nightmares as a kid, and he didn't know why, but he was having these really bad nightmares, but she never told him why. But then she started to teach him, she started to raise him, she taught him how to play chess and taught him that there's no virtue in revenge and things like that. And he's like, I don't care. He's basically like, I don't care, like, with this power I can save, with this power I can defeat that amalgam and things like that. I could have been, with this power I could have been way stronger, like he blames Kyoto for him not being as strong as he wished he could have been. And he ends up getting ready to leave, and she says, wait, don't leave, because this power isn't with you. Wait, your driver is almost done. Like, your driver is almost done, and if you stay here and at least wait for your driver to get done, then you'll be able to fully control your powers without being amalgam. And he still ends up leaving, and she says that I'm gonna stay here because I believe in you. And that's when the Ichinose and Kudo, they end up finding the Angel Amalgam, and they go off and attack it. And they basically go off and trying to fight it off, and then that's when Spanner shows up himself. When he shows up, he ends up fighting. He ends up going up and fighting the Angel Amalgam himself, and our episode ends up right there. But yeah, dark episode. I kind of knew that Spanner was gonna have some kind of dark past. I just didn't think he had like this hidden power within him. I wasn't thinking like, oh well, yeah, his parents. He seemed like a character where his parents were dead. Like, he seemed like that type of character that had puts on that bad boy act, but he's actually just like an actual nice guy, just a traumatized nice guy. But he seemed like that type of guy that put on that kind of facade just to hide like his true feelings and things like that. Even though he had his own underlying mission to do, he still was like a bad boy. Like that was his persona when he first got here. You see the fit, you see the attitude. Like, he was whole bad boy out here. I mean, his theme music is basically cowboy music. but yeah, I did really like this episode. I just wonder, what does Grian really want with Spanner? Is it because of his black flame powers? Like, how is he trying to make Spanner one of his servants? Because that's what the Angel Malcolm even said. He's like, he's destined to become one of Lord Grian's, servants. So how would he like exactly do that when you're the one who killed his parents? Like, how are you gonna necessarily control him? I mean, Grian probably found a way anyway. Probably would have found a way anyway, but at the same time, like, how are you going to do that? But yeah, we also saw the expression on freaking Minato's face when he saw what his students were doing and what Grian did to Valivard and stuff like that, and it looked like it really hurt him, but he still was trying to keep that, his stern, stoic face, even though that would let me know that, hey, like, I don't think Minato is like evil. I'm still going with it. I'm still here. I'm still written. Like, I still believe in Minato. Like, but next episode we are going to be fighting him. We're going to see Drake come back, and we're also going to get the debut of Spanner's rider form, and it looks dope. It just looks like an upgraded version of his regular Valivard stuff. Whew. But other than that, this I did like, and also I did like the actions of Ichinose. I did like the line of Ichinose when he said that I can't stand back here and just do nothing. I did like that line. He said that he's one of us. I did like that line. Seeing some character growth within Ichinose. He wasn't that much annoying in this episode. I mean, majority of the time we were with Spanner. So, but at the same time, I do see the character growth within Ichinose, and yeah. But other than that, you guys let me know down in the comment section below what you guys think of this episode of Kamen Rider Gotchard. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. As remember, as I always say, guys, stay henshin.